Hello to my Aries. All right, Aries, let's get right into your reading. This reading is for the 18th through the 28th of April, which is actually going to push us right into the next new moon. I just want to say the next new moon is on the 27th. Yeah, we have a new moon in Taurus. Yeah, we have a new moon in Taurus on the 27th of April. Yep. Yep. So let's get into it. Let's get right into it. We're in the last quarter moon phase. And we had a pink moon. That's right. A beautiful pink moon. So for those of you all who got pictures, we have these high-powered cell phones, or people have these high-powered cameras on their cell phones. So for those of you all who got some lovely pictures of the moon, I hope some people love taking pictures of the moon. Let's get into it. Let's get right into it. So some people got some lovely pictures of the moon. So hopefully some of you all got some pictures of the moon. Venus is no longer retrograde. So love is in the air for a lot of people. Love is in the air. So you all are a very passionate sign. So if you all are in the mood for love, make sure you're closing out other cycles so nothing is overlapping. Let's get into it. Let's get right into it. Yeah, make sure you're closing out other cycles in love. You don't want anything overlapping. You want to close out any karmic cycles within yourselves so that you can make room for love. You don't want to invoke any nightmares within yourselves. You want to close out all cycles in love. Like I said, you all are a passionate zodiac sign. Your ruling planet is Mars, which is a Tower card, right? So, and your Mars is not only a very passionate sexual planet, sexual energy planet. It's a masculine planet. I'm talking to men and women. Aries. It's also a planet of anger. It's a temperament planet. It's an energy planet. It's a physical planet. It's a well, y'all know it's a Tower card by now. On Mars. Total recall. It's a assertion and action planet. It can be it actually rules first house. So first house is all about personality, temperament, appearance, self-image, first impression, self-awareness, outlook on life, all those things, right? So I'm talking to even my cross watchers. So cross watchers as well. So no matter where Aries is in your birth chart, Aries actually rules first house, right? So ideally, you want to land on the light side of your emotion, So the longer you sit in a cycle that Source has told you to close out, whether it's in your personal or your professional life, keep that in mind. So if you're on a job that Source told you to close out a long time ago, and Source told you to close out a cycle, and you're sitting on that job and you're seeing all your colleagues get fast-tracked, and you just sitting there, and Source said, hey, I got a better job for you waiting somewhere. And you sitting there steaming hot, flaming hot Cheetos mad. Source is like, hey, I told you, I gave you every sign under the sun to move on. And you getting mad, waiting for something to happen. So it's like, I got a better job for you. Or I got a better relationship, better friendship, better this, better that. All right. Obedience is better than sacrifice. So let's get into it. You can always pray for an exodus strategy out of something. Let's get into it. So yeah. Today is a great day. That's right. Speak it into existence. Today is a great day. Let's get it. Let's pull an angel number. Let's pull a card for an angel number. Pull a card for an angel number. That's right. Speak it into existence. Today is a great day. Say it every single day. Today is a great day. Do your mirror work. Today is a great day. That's right. Speak it into existence. Today is a great day. Speak it into existence. Say it. Say it like you mean it. Say it with your chest. Today is a great day. This card comes out. Long game. Your angels are, long game. This is a journey. Your angels are encouraging you to have faith in divine timing. So the new balanced habits you formed are not temporary. They are meant to be implemented for the rest of your journey on this earth plane. So reflect on how your mindset can shift to better accommodate your new routines. Let go of any timeline that you may that may have not. Let me say this again. Let go of, reflect on how your mindset can shift to better accommodate new routines. Let go of any timeline you may have that is not attached to better habits you've gained recently. Things will play out as they should. Yeah. Source is trying to help somebody get rid of a karmic cycle within themselves. Like, really, that 3 right there. I mean, the yellow right there is fire. It's fire. I feel like somebody has love coming across their path. I don't know who I'm talking to here. Source is trying to bless somebody both in their personal and their professional life. I don't know why I feel like somebody has a new job coming along. I don't know, this is coming through like really, really strong. But I feel like Source is trying to like hit you with a double blessing. Like bam, bam. I don't know why it's coming through like really strong. But Source is also saying you got to let go of 2 things too. There's 2 things you got to let go of. And that's been really difficult for somebody. So it's like, Source is trying to tell you, it's almost like the devil has somebody saying, okay, this is going to be a great challenge for somebody. It's almost like the 2 things you don't want to let go of the most are the 2 things that Source is saying you got to really trust Source. For somebody, I don't know what the 2 things you don't want to let go of, but Source is like, I got something like double better for you, right? So whatever they are, that's something that you got to really, really trust, really trust Source. Because when we talk about karmic relationships just in your job, like, so for instance, if it's a job that you feel like, well, I've been on this job for a really, really long time, and I have, what people call like seniority, or like, what is somebody help me out here, like put a comment below, like time in what is it called, I want to say it's like seniority, but like the length of time you've been on the job. Like, let's say you've been on there longer than anybody else has been on the job, so you almost feel like, I don't want to say entitled, but you feel like you have more experience than everybody else in that position, so you almost feel, I guess, entitled. I don't want to necessarily use the word entitled, because other people could have more, they could come in there like with more education or something like that, which I know what I'm trying to say. You may have more experience. You may have like, you may have been there longer, so you have like more seniority in that position. But Source is basically saying, I have something better for you, both in your personal and your professional life. But this is really a faith walk for somebody. So anyway, let's get into it. Let's get right into it. Let's get right into your reading. Let's get into your reading. But you're going to have to trust Source. You're going to have to let go and let the Creator. Let go and let God. Yeah. So here we have the 6 of Cups. So 6 of Cups connects us to Scorpio. We're not talking about any Scorpios that you know, just so we're crystal clear. You could have Scorpio in your birth chart, but we're talking about specifically your 8th house, right? Your 8th house. 8th house connects us with renewal, sexuality, death, transformation, shared finances, inheritance, loans, occult, mystery, intimacy, right? So we're not talking about any Scorpios that you know. You could have Scorpio in your birth chart, but 8 means like, it looks like an infinity symbol, like the number 8. It's like you're going to have to break some kind of a chain, break some kind of a karmic cycle. Like you're going to have to break chains with something, right? Meaning that whoever that you're almost like chained to, or whatever you're chained to, like it's almost like you're chained to something. You're going to have to break chains with something, right? You're going to have, it's almost like you're chained to something, right? You're going to have to break that chain, because you inherited a lot of gifts You inherited a lot of spiritual gifts. And Source is saying to you, when you talk about inheriting spiritual gifts, somebody is looking at something as if like a, I remember saying this to somebody like, I don't know if it was, I feel like I said this to somebody years ago. I feel like looking at your cards, somebody was left off of a, and your family did this to you, Aries. I feel like I'm talking to somebody whose family left them off of something, like your siblings left you off of something, like your siblings did something to burn you. Because when we talk about this right here, and that something is brought to light, your siblings did something to you. And I've talked to enough of you all, where a lot of Aries have experienced being hurt by like your siblings, like across the road. And I'm talking about not by necessarily aunts, uncles, or kids, but I'm talking about like your siblings have done things to you. Because a lot of you all are the first siblings in your families to either get married, have kids, buy property, go to school, start your businesses. A lot of you all are the first. It doesn't really matter what your age is, because a lot of you all are the like I said, you all your sign symbolizes like the first. You all rule the first house, so a lot of you all are the ones that's going to be the first to do something in your family, like to break the chain, like the first one. Y'all are going to break the whatever y'all going to do. Y'all the ones that's not afraid to set the example, right? I don't know if it's. I don't want to necessarily use the word jealousy, because that's kind of a. It's not always jealousy. So let's say something positive, like, I mean, if it is jealousy, it could be, but sometimes it really is, because I've heard people use complimentary words to describe you all, Aries. Sometimes it really is people are in awe of you all's courage. I've heard a lot of people say that they're just really in awe of the courage that you all have to kind of sort of take that leap of faith, right? So at some point, you all want to look at it as like, yeah, you all actually inspire. You all actually inspire people. Yeah, you all actually inspire people to take that leap of faith. Yeah. So when you look at people being inspired by you, that's what you want to look at it. It's like people actually being inspired to be and being motivated and being inspired by you, instead of looking at fire in the wrong way. Just because you may have been just because people may have used fire in the wrong way towards you does not necessarily mean you inspired people to use. Does not mean that you have to use your fire in the wrong way towards other people, if that makes any sense. Yeah, so it's like you're inherited a lot of gifts. So something is closing out. I see somebody learning how to pray and meditate as something is closing out. They're learning how to pray and meditate. Meditate on something. Because you're moving on from something, but you're praying and meditating. This seems like something, yeah. And you're taking a leap of faith. You're taking a leap of faith. Somebody is moving. Somebody is moving. Somebody is actually moving, like packing up and moving. Somebody is moving, like packing and moving, right? And rising above any judgment. See this spirit? This person is rising above any. This is some kind of a, you're breaking this is what I'm talking about. You're breaking some kind of a generational cycle, chain, and curse. This is you breaking some kind of a generational cycle, chain, and curse. It's like somebody is coming to a realization now that it's kind of what I've been saying about you all for a very, very long time. And this again speaks to Scorpio again. And not a particular Scorpio. Because you could have Scorpio in your birth chart, but you and Scorpio do share Mars. You and Scorpio actually share Mars. But we're not talking about any particular Scorpio, just so we're crystal clear. You and Scorpio actually share Mars. And Scorpio is ruled by the Judgment card. But you're breaking some kind of generational cycle chain and curses as you're going through a metamorphosis. Like something about, like I said, you all would have to kind of understand, like from my point of view as a reader and as a and a lot of you all have the same gifts that I have, right? Some of the same gifts that I have is to be on the receiving end of hearing some of the same things that I hear about Aries, like in the high vibrating, the stuff that I hear, high vibrating Aries that I hear about you all, and how in awe some people are of you all's gifts. And why I speak so highly of you all, and just the positive things that I believe about Aries, just personally, that I believe about Aries in general. So yeah, this right here, this is a matter of perspective. Everybody's not running away from something. Some people are just, this is right here. Every zodiac, every element, this would be like air signs getting fresh air, right? Like you cleansed by fire, right? So you tossing something into a burning bowl could be cleansing for you, right? You sitting by a fireplace could be something cleansing for you. You standing outside screaming to the top of your lungs could be cleansing for you, right? You standing under going to the gym to go work out, to sweat, could be cleansing for you, right? A water sign going swimming or going to go work out to sweat it out could be cleansing for them, because it's water. They're cleansing by water. Going swimming, drinking a lot of water could be cleansing for them. It's by water. It's their element, right? Crying could be cleansing for someone because it's water, right? We talk about their element. A person going for a drive, getting some fresh air could be cleansing. A person hugging a tree for an earth sign, or taking their shoes off and going grounding could be cleansing for them. Somebody sticking their feet in the sand, grounding, earthing, could be cleansing for an earth sign. So people cleansing by their element, right? So again, it's a matter of perspective. So, but that's in this year of 9, 2025. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 5 is 9. 9, you're seeing things from a higher perspective. Sagittarius rules 9th house. We're not talking about any Sagittarius that you know, but 9th house is all about higher education, philosophy, law, including spiritual law, religion, travel, ethics, morals, personal beliefs, spiritual beliefs. Year 9 is seeing things from a higher frequency. That's the Temperance card. Resolving something within your spirit, expanding your knowledge, your spiritual knowledge. Again, kind of sort of expanding your knowledge, rising above the judgment. Who you believe is judging you harshly, coming out of the fleshly way of thinking and rising above the judgment, right? Breaking some kind of making a decision to break generational cycle chain and curses. Thinking everybody's talking about you behind your back. So, source is saying, source is trying, or being around people who talk about people behind their backs. Staying around people who talk about people behind their backs. So being around people who bully people. Assuming that people are talking about you behind your back. Being around people who are bullies. That's reflective, right? People who are, make people feel like they're carrying the weight of the world on their shoulders. With people who feel like they got to bring judgment down on energies, right? People who judge people for cleansing that. So when the moon moves through, so every time the moon moves through a zodiac sign, so everything has a life cycle, right? Like when you hear cycles, everything has a life cycle. So when we hear cycle, we think about like menstrual cycle, right? Everything has a cycle. The moon completes a 29-point day cycle, like a cycle. So it's just saying, and then, right, but your everything, every time it moves through a zodiac sign, every 2.5 stays in a zodiac sign every 2.5 days and goes through another zodiac sign. But when it moves through Scorpio, which is the death card, and Scorpio is ruled by 2 planets, Pluto, which is the judgment card, and also Mars, which is the Tower card, and you and Scorpio are ruled by Mars. The theme when it moves through Scorpio is Yeah, somebody. What's hidden in this right here is obsessed energies. This is what's hidden as obsessed energies here. This is a very interesting reading. So I don't know if this is you. Like I said, this is take what resonates with you. Take what resonates with you, because for this reading, it's not always Aries sun sign. This is what can be confusing for whoever's tuned into the reading. This is what can be confusing, because I did see somebody's comments that said, you know, Aries reading can be a little bit confusing because it's not always Aries sun. So let me just announce this. Take what resonates with you. Put it wherever it resonates with you. It's not just Aries sun sign. It's not Aries just sun, moon, rising, or Venus. It's wherever Aries is in your birth chart. Your sun sign could be any zodiac sign. It could be any zodiac sign. Put it wherever it resonates with you. But somebody has a very obsessed energy in your space. Somebody has a very obsessed energy. And this is what I talk about when you close out cycles in general for whoever's watching in this collective community here who's tuned into this channel. When you close out cycles in love. Close out cycles in love. Be obedient to source. This is your personal and professional life. This is your personal life and your professional life. Obedience is better than sacrifice. When source tells you to close out a cycle, if you feel like you are underpaid, if you don't feel like you are appreciated, go where you're appreciated, not where you're tolerated. If source is telling you to close out a cycle, do it. Ask source for clarity, and source says, hey, you don't feel like you're appreciated, whatever, for whatever reason. Ask source for an exodus strategy. Source, thank you for an exodus strategy. I don't feel like I'm appreciated. Give me an exodus strategy. If source says, okay, sit down and have a conversation with your boss, or what you call it, boss, manager, leader, whoever, whatever title. All right, we need to talk. Justification. I feel like I should be making this amount of money, you know, and tie it into the work that you've been doing. I've been taking this class, I've been doing this, whatever case. Your manager says, hey, I don't feel like you should be making that amount. Okay, not a problem. We're not kicking over tables and chairs, knocking over desks. Not doing all of that. I hope not. Okay, that should start your search right there. Right there. Right? You don't need to go into so-and-so been here less time than I have. They making more. Not competing, comparing. Whatever. You don't know what the situation is behind closed. You don't know. Start looking for something else. Save yourself. Save yourself the tears. Okay? Same thing in a romantic relationship. We're not on the same sheet of music. I thought this, blah, 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 blah. They like somebody else, whatever. Let me save myself the tears on the back end. Because somebody's in a very vulnerable state, and Source is trying to teach you how to rise above who you think is judging you for whatever reason. Source is trying to help you to learn how to move on and close out cycles. You all are a very passionate sign, and that's the tricky part of it. That's the tricky part of it. That is the tricky part of it. That is the tricky part of it. something has spilled over to a point where somebody is like, almost like somebody has gotten to a point of it's their way or the highway. That's the tricky part of this. That is the tricky part, when you start lamenting over something, where it's this way or the highway, and saying somebody's running away from something or whatever the case may be. And somebody got paid to do something and all of this. So, and thinking something is a game. So, yeah. And trying to pull somebody into something, you know, or trying to pull two people into something. This is where two people are being pulled into something. Pulling people apart, pulling people into some mess, just a bunch of drama. So that's what this is. So this could be a man or woman, by the way. This could be a man or woman, by the way. Yep. So yeah, that's what this is. That's what this is. Mm-hmm. So somebody has an innate spiritual understanding of what's going on, of all of this. Somebody has an innate spiritual understanding of what's happening in all of this. Of all of this, right? In all of this. Whenever the devil is in the details, just so we're crystal clear, the devil is in the details of all of this. So, and this is not demonizing anybody, just so we're crystal clear. Yeah, this is not demonizing anybody, just so we're crystal clear, right? But yeah. But somebody wants freedom from all of this. Somebody just wants to be free from all of this. So it looks like somebody is caught in the middle of all of this. This is the Page of Wands here. Yeah, somebody wants freedom from all of the shade, and like somebody's in the middle of all of this. Somebody's in the middle of a bunch of shade and wants to be free from all of this. Yeah. Yeah, somebody wants to be free from all of this. Because somebody's feeling like they have the weight of the world. Yeah. This kind of feels like all of this fire right here is exhaustion. I don't know if somebody's in the middle of an HR war. Because somebody feels like they want to run away from something. This is a mess. Okay, if this is human resources, Aries, if you all are in the middle of something, human resources, whatever. Yeah, if this is yeah, if this is work related, and you're in the middle of something at work and you're not being yeah. If this is work related and source told you all to leave a long time ago, you're causing the tower to fall on you. I can't even say that no other way, for real. I'm not even trying to be the bearer of bad news, but I'm telling you, source is really trying to help somebody learn, because whenever you see the devil card, that's really okay. I had to make a little bit more room here. Somebody could be if this is human resources something, and source told you all to source told you all to Because I'm looking at this motorcycle here. And so if Source told you all to leave something quickly, like for instance, if you're in, gosh, I don't want this reading to be real long, but if Source told you all to, like if Source says, hey, look, I got another job for you all, move along quickly, move on to another job quickly, right? Because this is work life, this is about balance. This is about balance, healthy work-life balance, right? And see this person like is playing a game of chess, almost like you can't play these games with Source. Everybody's arms are too short to box with God, for real. You can't play these games with God. And when you got the devil here, you can't play these games, like for real. If Source is saying, listen, I got something better for you, and you sticking around acting confused, Source is like, okay, go ahead. Act confused if you want to. Act confused if you want to. Play the game if you want. Keep playing the game. Keep playing the game. I don't even know who this is for. I don't even know who this is for. Somebody is crying over something. Somebody's crying over something, so I don't know. I'm trying to tell y'all, you all have said on numerous occasions under the videos, you know, that you all are impatient. I tend to think that people are patient with what they want to be patient with. This is your personal and your professional life, right? In terms of your love relationship, your personal and your professional life, you all are patient with what you want to be patient with, right? Source is saying there's something better for you out there. Go for it. This really is your confidence. This yellow right here is your confidence. Confidence in Source. Get some structure to it. Get some structure to it. Get some structure to it. Free yourself. Free yourself. There's a structure to it. I mean, this is somebody increasing their prayer life. Somebody stop exhausting themselves with the confusion. Get some structure to it. Source, I trust you. This is somebody increasing their prayer life. If Source did it for you before, Source can do it again. I mean, I'm not trying to preach a sermon. This is not church. This is reading tarot cards. I'm not trying to replace anybody's religion at all. But if Source did it before, Source can do it again. That's the end. That's the frequency somebody is on. This is not a competition. It shouldn't be no this ex is better than this current person. This job is better than it. Whatever. At this point, it should be some kind of structure to something, for real. I doubt if an ex cares about a current person. Who cares about that? Nobody should care about it. If you're comparing an ex with a new person, then that's all you. Whatever. If your last job is better than your current job is better than the last job, good. Close out the cycle. Close out the cycle in love. Nobody should be walking around feeling like they had the weight of the world on their shoulders. Nobody. Nobody. Yeah. Nobody should be walking around feeling like they demonized. The devil card coming out twice. Add some structure to something. Yeah, this right here is just like restrictions. These two right here, the Knight and the Eight of Swords right here, that's like character assassination behind somebody's back. It's more things to talk about. Like for real, I don't even know what this is for real. It's just looking at your cards here. Looking at your cards here. Free yourself. Free yourself. If Source is telling you to leave a job, if Source, your creator, higher power, is saying, Aries, I got a better, this right here. Look, I want y'all to look at this card. This is multiple streams of income right here. If you are working an 8-hour job and Source is saying, I got other streams of income in addition to the job that you're working right now, you can work your regular job in addition to this. There are too many people on social media that is not gatekeeping. After your regular 8-hour job, you can be doing this too. Making additional streams of income in addition to your faith walk. That's nobody selling pipe dreams. Nobody's lying about it. It's too many people on social media saying the same thing. Nobody's lying about it. But them two devil cards to be sitting there for somebody to be demonizing anybody. Add some structure and authority to it. Yeah. This is the ace of yeah. There's too many people on social media that's saying in order for people to become, you know, you have to have multiple streams of income. People are out here operating in their north node, in their north node. That's how some people are so passionate about what they're doing. People are not lying about what they're doing. They're out here operating in north node. That's why people are free. They're not being shady. They ain't doing nothing shady stuff. None of that stuff. Falling for the okie doke. Baiting people into stuff. You know, just, you know, whatever. Anyway, that's what I'm seeing for you in your cards. That's what I'm seeing for you in your cards. This is a very interesting reading. This is a very, very interesting reading here. Very interesting reading. Very interesting reading. Yep. Light High Priestess energy. Very interesting reading. When you see all of this fire here, this is letting me know that somebody has to be familiar with every single move that people are making in people's life. I don't know if this is somebody that you know that has to be familiar with your every single move in your car. That has to be familiar with every single move in your life. This could be somebody, so this could be some of your ex. This could be somebody, your ex or a family member that has to be familiar with every single move in your life. And this could be somebody who is, this could be a family member that is, because this is generational for you. This could be somebody that has been obsessed with knowing every single move in your life. This is what's so exhausting about your reading. Somebody has been in a relationship with somebody. You have been in a karmic relationship with somebody, Aries, that has had to know your every single move in your life to a point of obsession. They literally had to know your, I mean, like, down the back of your throat like a dragon, like the back of your neck like a dragon. They had to know every little move that you made. Every move, every dollar that you made. Thought you was lying about every move that you made in your life. This is some kind of karmic relationship. I don't know if you was married to somebody who was like that. They just, every time y'all was apart, they thought you was lying about every little thing. Nope. The thing about this right here, these are not even tight. This is restrict, feeling like you restricted in a relationship with somebody. So why would anybody want to do that to somebody else? Always praying that you use it out of an exodus strategy. Imagine being in a job being micromanaged, like almost being at home being micromanaged. Nope. That's literally like living in hell. Nope. Being married to somebody, you can't go nowhere without somebody. Every little thing, you. I mean, just no. Nope. Nope. So no. Yep. So. Yep. So. Yep. Tower. Double tower. But that's what I'm seeing for you in your cards. Source is saying something is very reflective. Something is very, very reflective here, you know, in the cards. And whether it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't have to be your sun, moon, rising, or Venus. It could be anywhere in your cards. But This is a matter of perspective. Knight of Swords is a matter of perspective. You can either look at it as like somebody's running away from something or someone's getting some fresh air. You can look at it however you want to look at it. But when Source is telling you to close out a cycle, close it out. Obedience is better than sacrifice. You can look at it however you want to look at it. Look at it however you want to look at it. But nobody should feel like they are, you know, yeah. Yeah, looking at the stuck in anything. You should not feel like you're stuck on a job where you can't even whatever. Yeah. Anyway. Yep. But that's what I'm looking at here in your cards. That's what I'm looking at here in your cards. That is what I'm looking at here in your cards. So that is what I'm looking at here in your cards. Yep. Don't let your past hold you back. Yep. There's a Taurus involved in something. I got this Taurus involved in something, but I don't know what is going on in these spiritual streets for y'all, but child. Whoo, child. What is going on? All right, Aries. I don't know why I see somebody sitting at a desk and somebody just threw a whole bunch of files or something like a big stack like this. I can't even fit it in the camera lens, like something real just gigantic, just bam, like right on top of y'all desk. Here, I need this by such and such date. Nope. This is like other duties as assigned. Nope. Simplify life. Life is meant to be simple and easy. Don't let superficial energies distract you from your true essence. Simplicity and purity will lift your spirit. Yeah. So I feel like somebody is really learning how to take a page out of somebody's life that you have in common. I see you learning how to just learn how to move through storms of life quietly. I'm telling y'all, Aries, you're gonna be great. You'll be glad that you did, because Lord, I don't know what this is. That's what I have for you. That is what I have for you. Somebody gonna learn how to listen to Source. When Source says you move on quietly, just move on. Somebody's just doing. This is too much. Somebody gonna learn. Because you got love. Somebody got love come. Either you got love already in your life, or you got love coming through, trying to come through. You got love trying to come through. This is too much. Source is trying to get you to learn how to build your third eye strength. Your third eye strength. You're trying to learn how to move on quietly, Aries. All of this, put the dukes up, like in the physical realm. Source is like, you got to know. See, I would dote on y'all for a minute, but see, last time I doted on y'all, somebody put a real, somebody put a nasty comment under my videos. Sometimes these cross watchers. Anyway, let me go ahead and close this video. Let me close this video, because y'all know how, if you've been watching my videos for quite some time, and I used to start out the videos by like listing the high points of all of the zodiac signs, and I'm gonna leave it alone. Leave it alone. Anyway, y'all get the point. That is what I have for you all, Aries. But I'm telling you, learn how to be obedient to Source. But Source tells you that, hey, it's time to close out cycles in love and move on for people, places, and things. Know that Source has something much better for you, much better. That y'all have way too much to offer to planet Earth. I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there before y'all get some haters on this channel. That's just be hating. Like some people they just wake up on the wrong side of the bed. They just be hating. So I'll just leave it alone. Just all right. That's what I have for you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.